Hello, everyone, and welcome to this special vision update for our church family here at Amblecote Community Church. In this video, we want to talk a little bit about where we're at currently and some of where we believe God is leading us in the next few months and years. And the aim of this video is to give us all as a church family something to think about over the next few months before our in-person church family meeting on Sunday, the 25th of January. So we really hope that as we discuss, this is helpful, thought-provoking, and will give you plenty to think about. So let's start, Vanessa, with where we're at currently. Where are we as a church family? How are things?
I think, and we think, that we're in a good, healthy place. We're not perfect, no church is, but we're seeing some really encouraging signs, aren't we? So we're seeing people come to faith. We've had baptisms this year, we've got more lined up for next year, and also people exploring faith as well. And we're seeing people contacting us and just turning up at church, which is amazing and wonderful. We've had 30 new members join us in the last 18 months, which is really encouraging and starting to get stuck into church life a bit as well, which is always a good sign. And people are going deeper, in community, mission and discipleship. There is a kind of depth there as well. And our summer survey was really interesting, a really good dip check. 95% of you said that you felt a sense of belonging. It's really encouraging, isn't it, to our church family? And 70% of our church family also said they were confident in talking and sharing about the love of Jesus. So again, some really good, healthy signs. We're not perfect, and there are challenges in that. But I think what is important is recognising the season that we're in. I think it's critical to understand the times and seasons, isn't it? And we have said plenty of times over recent years, we're in a season of building. And it is about not being complacent, maybe taking some risks and actually following Jesus in where he's leading us in that.
Definitely. And we've been doing a bit of that sense in the season, haven't we, as elders? Tim, do you want to tell us a bit about that?
Yeah, over the last year, we've been deliberately trying to make time to read, to pray, to discuss, not just ourselves, but also to go and visit people and places. And in all of that, what we've been looking for is we're in a good place, but what might God have next for us? We know that our vision isn't going to change, that we want to love Jesus and love our neighbours ourselves. Community mission discipleship is the way that we articulate how we do that. But that being the case, there's still the question of, but what next? What next?
And as we've been doing that listening, what's really interesting is we've been seeing a real quite significant change in our wider culture. So when we're thinking about where we're at, we don't just want to think about Amblecote. We've got to think actually what's happening in the UK, in our communities, in our neighbourhood. And we've talked a little bit about the Quiet Revival report. And that actually came out we became aware of it during our season of listening. And that reported that actually there is some sort of spiritual awakening happening in our time. We're not quite sure what that is, but actually we want to be aware of that and recognising that that is happening. And we've seen that not only on these reports, there's been a number of different reports, hasn't there? But also in our own context here, we've seen that people turning up to church, you've talked about people really open to talking about God, talking about Jesus, what's this Bible thing all about? And that's really exciting as well, isn't it? So something is happening in our culture, isn't it?
Yeah. So in summary, we'd say that we think we're in a healthy place, and we've spent this time listening. We think we're ready for the next steps, and we're aware that what's going on in culture has to be a part of that picture as well.
So that's where we're at. That's our first video. Where are we? Join us for our next video when we're going to talk about, well, if that's where we're at, what's our problem and maybe what might be our solution?